Astronomers may have found really good evidence suggesting the likelihood of life on another planet. Yeah, a planet named K2-18b, which orbits around a red dwarf star 110 light-years away, has been shown to be an exoplanet that likely has large, warm oceans of liquid water and a moderate temperature capable of supporting life, but that's not the big news, not yet. K2-18b is about 8 times the size of the Earth, which places it in a range known as sub-Neptune, which is still not the big news here. There's a lot more radiation on K2-18b than on Earth, but we still haven't gotten to the big story yet. No, the big story here is that astronomers have found really strong evidence that K2-18b's warm ocean is just brimming with life. Yeah, life, on a planet 110 light-years away. You see, as K2-18b passed its sun, astronomers were able to analyze the light in its atmosphere as it passed, and that analysis confirmed the presence of a molecule called dimethyl sulfide, which is composed of sulfur, hydrogen, and our old friend, carbon. According to everything, and I mean everything modern science knows about dimethyl sulfide, it has only one source. Yeah, you guessed it, life. Living things. Here on Earth, the main source of dimethyl sulfide is algae, with phytoplankton coming in second. Because of this, the smell of dimethyl sulfide is the main constituent of what we consider to be the smell of the sea, and some other things, as we'll learn in a little bit. Now, the scientists who made this discovery, being good, thorough scientists, tried over and over again to reread the signal, doing everything they could to get a different result, because that's what good scientists do. They tried over and over again to disprove their own findings, but no matter how hard they tried, they kept finding dimethyl sulfide along with its close cousin dimethyl disulfide, and not only did they keep finding these guys, they discovered that K2-18b not only has the stuff, it has a lot, maybe 1,000 times more than Earth. So, if indeed the chemical is coming from living things, which is likely, the planet not only has life, but it has tons of it. The warm, watery oceans on K2-18b are probably just brimming with life. Now, we don't want to freak out just yet. This isn't conclusive. As one scientist, Christopher Glein, put it, we can't fully confirm this unless we actually see ET waving at us. You have to account for the fact that just because we don't know of another way to make dimethyl sulfide doesn't mean that there isn't one. It just means we haven't found it yet. And we also don't yet know enough about the planet to know if it's even really habitable. It might be too rocky, too radioactive, too hot, or just too hostile to support life. But if what we know to be true is true, that dimethyl sulfide can only be made by living things, then K2-18b is alive with life, and that is amazing. Now, all that being said, there's no shortage of people who aren't having any of this. Many claim that the research is premature, that there isn't sufficient evidence to prove the presence of liquid water oceans, and that we really need to cool our jets. And whether they're right or wrong, it's a great thing that they're out there, because that's just how good science works. The fact, however, is that it would take years of research to get more information about K2-18b, and that research is likely going to be put to an end. As it currently stands, NASA is slated to get a 50% budget cut, which will put a complete stop to their astrobiology research altogether. In other words, they're probably going to have to stop looking for life on other planets. So, what is this doing on a channel about food? Well, the real star of the show today is the chemical at the center of the story, dimethyl sulfide, or DMS. DMS is an interesting chemical, and before we go on, I think this is a great opportunity to think about the old saying that the poison is in the dose. DMS is a great example. In extremely low concentrations, it's part of the smell of cabbage, asparagus, truffle, beetroot, seafood, and corn, which most of us are more than happy to eat. And as I already mentioned, that smell of the ocean that most people seem to find pleasant and even refreshing is largely comprised of DMS. But in a different context, DMS is also the main ingredient of the smell of rotten eggs, petroleum distillation, rotting cabbage, and natural gas. And in just slightly higher concentrations, it's extremely disagreeable. It's flammable. It can irritate the eyes and skin and can actually harm you if swallowed. And yes, it smells really, 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 really bad. So it's a stinky gas that smells like rotten eggs and is a byproduct of the metabolism of living things. A gaseous biological metabolite with a smell reminiscent of decomposing brassica. Yeah, I think we have another word for a stinky gaseous byproduct of the digestion of living things that smells like rotten eggs. Yeah, I think you already know what I'm getting at, but we have to face the truth of this. It may literally turn out that our best evidence of extraterrestrial life to date is the discovery of a massive cosmic fart. Yes. Now, maybe I'd get more clicks if I had named this video Existence of Alien Life Proven by Massive Cosmic Fart. Well, I guess I still haven't posted it yet, so it's not too late. Maybe I'll give that a test and see how it lands. Well, whatever I name it, please do make sure to like and subscribe and comment as a way of sending me the message that you would like to see more videos about whether Mr. Spock and E.T. are big farters or what have you. Truly compelling stuff, right? Anyway, DMS is also well known among brewers. True beer aficionados consider it to be an off flavor, despite its being fairly prevalent in many popular American lager-style beers. So, despite its technically being an off flavor, many Americans are fairly accustomed to it and don't necessarily find it objectionable. Among more discerning brewers, however, DMS is the chemical that causes what they call that corn flavor or creamed corn flavor. So the next time you crack open a cold one and find that it has that kind of skunky thing going on, just consider the truth of the fact that this is what beer would smell like if an alien farted in it. Literally true. See, this story totally belongs on a food channel. And you know who else likes to eat is whales. And whales particularly like phytoplankton, which are also big producers of DMS. So, as it turns out, whales literally sniff out DMS to help them find food. Because of this, whale researchers have learned that they find more whales when they too sniff out large concentrations of DMS. Some recent discoveries have also revealed that DMS plays a huge role in the climate. DMS molecules from oceanic life are extremely abundant and often oxidize into sulfuric acid. As they do, they create a lot of aerosols, and as those aerosols joyride around the upper atmosphere, they lead to cloud formation and precipitation, which cools the Earth, which is a very good thing. Now, all of this research has also led to discovery of the fact that one of the most abundant species in our oceans, a bacterium known as Pelagomonas calceolata, also produces DMS. So it turns out that DMS is a major factor in the way that the ocean's tiny, tiny life contribute to how the Earth tries to regulate its own temperature. So DMS has been called the most important sulfur compound on the planet, and at least one perspective known as the claw hypothesis is providing a glint of hope by suggesting that warmer oceans result in more algae, phytoplankton, and microbes, which make more DMS, which will lead to more cloud formation, which could cool the Earth. So far, that may just be wishful thinking, but it's still a nice thought and underscores the importance of DMS on our own planet. Just think. This one tiny molecule could prove the existence of extraterrestrial life, gives us the smell of the ocean, the taste of cabbage, the smell of farts, and may have the potential to save the planet. That's a pretty good resume for a chemical that up till now you'd never even heard of. Just kind of gives you something to aspire to, don't it? But for now, it's time to wrap up this video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Ciao.